Like Courtney Nolan mentioned, there are scholarships and assistantships awaiting your application. Lori Mitchum with the Financial Aid Office helps explain more ways that you can afford graduate school.
What happens with financial aid, once your financial aid comes in, it's all applied to your account. Your account's paid in full, and then you're mailed a balance check if you take the full amount or take more than what the tuition costs would be. But that is, a lot of students will like that extra money because they're having to cut back on different kinds of jobs. So they may want that money for living expenses, and that's what federal aid is for, to help with travel, clothing, housing, anything that costs to be a student.
Financial aid and scholarships are available to all students. However, depending on your circumstances, you may only be eligible for certain kinds.
Financial aid, of course, is available to a graduate student or a post-bac. Graduate students are eligible for loans only. Because of the new change in the federal guidelines, graduate students are only eligible for unsubsidized loan, which means that the student can only receive a loan that's interest-bearing at 6.8%. Now, they don't have to pay anything back until 6 months after they leave school, but it is accruing interest if they don't pay that interest as they go along through their education. There are a few scholarships that students can receive as a graduate student. They have to meet the deadline, the January 15th deadline every year, so they will fill out a STAR scholarship application. However, scholarships are limited to graduate students because the majority of our scholarships are for undergrad students. I encourage everybody to fill out a scholarship application because you can't be considered unless you fill that form out by the deadline January 15th.
Loans are something many graduate students consider in the course of their education. Lori says about 25% of students can get by without loans, but she believes the majority of graduate students need financial aid in order to pursue their master's degree.
The majority of the students do take advantage of this because it is a loan that you don't have to pay back right away. So it is ideal for them to use that for living expenses.
If you are thinking about graduate school, start saving now. Lori encourages students to find different avenues than federal loans to fund a master's degree.
There are a lot of opportunities out there, trust funds, 529 that they could put money in to help their children through school. If they could just cut back or find other ways of raising money instead of taking loans. So just plan and understand that it is a loan and it must be paid back.